Ja, da wir in der letzten Folge kläglich versagt haben, geht es jetzt weiter erstmal mit der Main Story. Ich denke, der Teil hier gehört hundertprozentig, zu 95% mit zum Postgame. Bin ich mir ziemlich sicher. Ja, machen wir mal die Main Quest weiter. Ab nach Ulsebeck. Die letzte Folge war aber auch turbulent, also da ist ja...
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up. This is your hometown.
Oh, just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head too.
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Danon disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegus.
Lenegus? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Oh, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
Die beiden mit dem Strohhut.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor. There's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A Zoogle, huh?
I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way.
Feigling. Bist du endlich fertig? Oh, ich habe dich gar nicht bemerkt, Flammenschwert. Und ich sehe, du bist Law, oder? Sein Sohn. Ich kann den Namen bis heute nicht aussprechen. Verdammt, wann bist du denn so in der Höhe, wann bist du denn so in die Höhe geschossen? Nicht zu fassen, dass ein kleiner Wicht wie du mit dem Flammenschwert höchstpersönlich unterwegs ist. Dein alter Herr wäre super stolz auf dich.
Alright.
Geht ohne mich weiter, ich komme später nach. Alles klar, Boss. Wir sehen uns, Law. Arbeite nicht zu hart. Kennst du den Typen?
I guess.
Nicht, dass ich wüsste. Und wenn ich ihn schon mal gesehen habe, dann als ich noch ganz klein war. Du hättest die Begrüßung wenigstens erwidern können. Ich bin der Grund, weshalb mein Vater nicht mehr lebt. Du weißt, wie sehr sie ihn hier bewundert haben. Law. Tut mir leid, dass ich uns abgelenkt habe. Gehen wir einfach. Hey, geht es Law gut? Nicht wirklich. Er nimmt sich seinen Tod immer noch sehr zu Herzen. Kann ich gut verstehen. Selbst wenn es nicht seine Schuld war, ist das eine große Last, die er in seinen jungen Jahren auf den Schultern trägt.
Right.
Ja, aber er gibt sein Bestes, um darüber hinwegzukommen. Ich bin überzeugt, dass er es schafft. gut. Er braucht deine Unterstützung. Er ist immer noch ein Kind und auch noch sein einziges.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking
Warum haben
about
die das jetzt
one
eigentlich
bit.
nicht vertont?
Well, we had
Waren die manchmal zwischendurch zu faul oder sind die dann krank geworden? Wo müssen wir jetzt hin? Das ist aber ganz schön weit weg. Ich kann mich auch hier dran gar nicht mehr so erinnern. Naja, dann geht es mal hier hin. Dieser Dino-Schlucht.
We're going through Zion Mine to Berg Volcano. Let's move.
Ja, noch mal ein paar Zitronengelees. Oh, jetzt haben wir Traubengelee. Ich dachte schon, man kann was Neues machen, weil jetzt auch das Traubengelee mit dabei war. Mistgabel? Das passt ja noch besser. Oh, das könnten wir eigentlich auch machen. Das kostet wieder so viel Geld. Okay, ja, immerhin.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
Kisara. Kisara. Psst.
Want something to munch on, Hoodle? I'll see you again tomorrow.
Oh, der Hudel. Hudeli-Hu ist auf seinen Arm. Oh. Ich trinke mal kurz meinen Kaffee. Meinen ersten heute.
Let's keep moving.
Ich muss sagen, ich habe ja habe ich glaube ich mal erwähnt in dem Let's Play, meinen Koffeinkonsum reduziert. Und seitdem muss ich sagen, schlafe ich wirklich besser. Also, wer hätte das gedacht, dass ein Kaffee vorm Schlafengehen nicht gut für den Schlaf ist. Oh, und noch so schön heiß. Ich muss ja sagen, ich muss mir koffeingefreien Kaffee mal holen. Den Hutels Gefieder, komm, nehmen wir das mal. Oh.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby.
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors? And his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels! Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile!
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
Ach, schön. Manchmal mag ich ja diese Gespräche, muss ich ja sagen. Okay, dann wollen wir mal. Es scheint so, als wäre ich hier schon mal gewesen.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancius.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving town, though.
Ach, jetzt weiß ich wieder, wo wir sind. Okay. Okay, okay. Wir sind nur von der Seite hier damals, glaube ich, gekommen. Holy shit. Wie kann die Brücke noch stehen?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Be on your guard. On guard.
So we're back in the Zion mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Ah, okay. Ja.
Yes, really.
Goldstück. Cool. Kann man gut immer verkaufen. Ah, hier sind wir jetzt. Okay. Jetzt weiß ich, wo wir sind. Der Weg ist neu, okay.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law.
Yeah, nochmal ein Goldstück. Ich glaube, wie viel geben die? 3000, 9000, irgendwie sowas? Oh mein Gott, Balsef ist zurück. Ach, guck mal, das sind die, auf die wir, wo ich dachte, die sind mir noch nicht begegnet. Bergvulkan. Das ist mal ein kreativer Name. Bergvulkano.
So hot.
Well,
Ja, ich würde sagen, erstmal rechts, ne?
we've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast.
Ich kämpfe gleich gegen die auf dem Rückweg, weil dann können wir die Combo eventuell etwas länger erhalten. Oh. Hallo. Wie geht es euch? Oh mein Gott, wir sind Level 40. Gut, dass ich ein bisschen gelevelt habe. Oh mein Gott, mein Flammenschwert ist hier nutzlos. Gut, dass ich starke Magier in meinem Team habe. Astral Arc?
Shut him down.
Do it! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Easy! Way to go! Watch and weep! In the wind!
You're mine! Armor won't save you! I'm not
Between
done!
heaven and earth! Here's a healing arm! Now!
Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Not a chance. No escape.
Healing Summoner!
Okay, here I go.
Lightning Condemned!
I'm not done.
Eternal Devastation!
Voll daneben gehauen.
Flame inside me. Yours to be let free.
Shouldn't have messed with me!
Oh,
You're mine. I'm not done. Start up.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. I still got a ways to go.
801 EP ohne XP Boost.
This might be
Gossekleid.
decent
Ja. Es ist sinnvoller, einfach erstmal die Main Story durchzupushen, bevor man das Postgame macht. Oh, nice. Das gute alte Gothic-Light.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
No backing down! Here I come!
This one's mine.
Dirt! Try this! Infernal torrent! You're finished! Infernal devastation!
Okay, aber dafür ist die Erdattacke
Get toasty.
die Schwäche. Sehr gut.
Right. Next one.
Already on! Take this!
I'll heal you all.
Hurricane thrust! I'm not done!
Healing circle.
The enemy wields ours too!
We'll soon see about that.
You're finished!
I'm on a roll now.
Strike! Slash! Strike!
Sleep now.
Here I come! Dragon Shout! Sword Rain Alpha! Have got your name on them!
Searing flame.
Strike!
Reload. Take it.
Dragon Shout! You're mine!
Ich würde es aber immer noch cooler finden.
Am I on a
Flammenstein, da
roll or
können wir
what?
auch die bessere
Well,
Waffe
look who's in a bright and
für
shiny
Shion
mood.
basteln. Ich würde es immer noch cooler finden, wenn man... Wir haben die anderen Erdkerne
Huh.
und... Also wir haben die anderen Kerne. Erdkern, Wasserkern und sowas. Dass man die einfach nutzen könnte, gerade für die Kämpfe. Dass man dann anstatt Feuer Wasserschaden macht. Würde ich ein bisschen cooler finden. Warte mal, du willst doch keine Stabhochsprung-Einlage abliefern, oder? Oh, den Gedanken hatte ich noch gar nicht. Aber trete nur zurück, ich kümmere mich darum. Was macht er jetzt?
No backing down! No escape! Burn! Crumble! Mega attack!
Warum können die Gift machen? Das ist so random.
No armor can stop me! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First strike!
Radiant
Here I come!
hurricane!
Lewis!
Raging
Eagle
storm!
Fly! Watch this!
Healing
You're mine! Let's tear him up!
Now!
Demons descend! Flashing fang! Easy!
Way to go!
Strike! Lunar Rondo!
Thanks,
Stardust!
I owe you, Theon. Healing is what my arts do best. All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Swallow Blade!
Sleep now.
Jetzt hat sie den einfach weggeschossen. Ich wollte eigentlich die Combo verlängern.
Waterfall! Freeze!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
You're mine! Flaming thrust!
Ich habe auch irgendwie wieder das Gefühl, dass jeder wieder jeden Fokus.
Crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! All Shion!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next
Now!
one.
Here I come! Already
Warum ist denn jetzt hier einer, der leuchtet? Naja,
We're in good form.
ein Goldstück, immerhin.
You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
Schnell, 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 schnell!
This will be a delicious piece
You're
of
mine!
cake.
Ignite! I'm on it! That freaking does it! You're mine! If it cools up, time to get out of the way!
Sleep now.
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Easy. Way to go.
Strike! Its armor's too strong. Then I'll split it open! Be my guest! Lunar Rondo! Take this! Megasonic thrust!
Ja gut, dann greifen wir den anderen an, meine Güte.
This will come in
A
handy.
charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance!
Dragon
I'm not done!
Searing flame.
Reload! Hey! Ha! Blow them away!
The heavens must be smiling.
Oh, hier ist auch was. Schnell!
No choice.
I never miss.
I'm not done.
Not on my watch.
I'm not done.
Glacial
Megasonic
Spear.
thrust.
Here's the evil.
Here.
Here goes. Freeze laser.
Eternal devastation.
It's showtime.
Here I
Do
go.
it.
Gion.
Get toasty.
Burn strike.
Right.
Now.
Next one.
Here I come.
Already
Be
on
still.
it. They're surrounding us.
Rongo.
Lightning orb. Leave the enemy's arcs to me.
Wo ist er?
Ready to go.
No complaints here.
Holy land. A chain between heaven and earth.
What's this? You're mine.
Eagle assault. Do it.
Jolie. Blow them away. Not a chance. No escape.
Back here. Let the marksman handle this.
Raging cascade.
Eternal devastation.
Do it.
Zack.
Let's refrain from losing.
Wo sind die Gegner?
My face is starting to sting. And my throat feels super parched.
Warte, falsche Richtung?
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Shion? Oh, wait. I bet you're...
Out of our way.
Malevolent! Arctic! Water power! You have to aim for the blind area on their back.
Here, let me help.
Eternal devastation. Aim for the weak spot.
First aid.
What a relief. I'll crush you.
Jetzt so. Das einzig Blöde an dieser Attacke ist, jetzt ist der Gegner wahrscheinlich weg und in der Mitte jetzt wieder oder so. Ja. Er ist relativ nah noch, aber manchmal... Nice.
Wow, that was a nice... move there.
I know, right? Bet you couldn't do it.
So it's a grab here, thrust the left leg, then use the right arm to leverage over...
Stop memorizing my
Ich glaube, ich habe auch gerade... Kann ich irgendwo meinen Buff eigentlich einsehen? Ich glaube aber, ich habe gerade mehr Erz drin. Lustigerweise. Ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher, aber ich meine ja. Wir nehmen erstmal jeden Kampf mit, weil ich merke, Level sind doch wichtig in diesem Spiel. Aua. Aua.
Flying freak!
Get toasty.
Burn strike!
Right.
No!
Next one.
You're mine! Already on! Okay, here I go. Lunar Rongo! Stardust!
Violent darting wind. Card now through all!
Okay, das ist schon ein bisschen Exploit, aber hey, wenn die mystische Arte mir das hergibt, warum nicht?
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Dragon Shout! Strike! Okay.
Roll now.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Any injuries?
Aber war da nicht der Stein? Ist wahrscheinlich eine Art Shortcut. 51 HP. War da nicht dieser Fels im Weg? Eigentlich? Achso, und jetzt ist der Fels plötzlich weg. Nur weil da so ein paar Blumen gewachsen sind, oder was? Ah ja. Muss ich nicht
Guess I
verstehen.
misread the landing.
Oh, hier sind viele Gegner.
It'll be a breeze.
If it's in the
Get in, get out. Ignite!
Okay, das hat ihn nicht beeindruckt.
Not on my watch.
I'll take you all off.
No more playing nice.
Warum hat Shion nur noch so wenig Leben?
Be still! You're mine!
Bananas, let's go!
Mirage!
Illuminate the
Be
dark!
still!
Come forth, deliver! release. I'm out of ammo between heaven and earth. A wailing banshee of lightning. I never miss. My savior. Dance in the wind.
Sword Lane Alpha.
Sleep now.
Be still. Here I come.
Greifen wir schon wieder nicht die gleichen an? Sehe ich das richtig?
I can't lay a finger on you.
I prefer it that
I'm
way.
not done.
What about you?
Just watch and see. You're mine.
Es sind noch so viele am Leben. Das Problem ist... Oh, fuck. Ah, noch getroffen.
Managed to turn that battle.
Dieses Durcheinander angreifen
Stop your movement.
und das Switchen immer zwischen den Zielen,
No escape.
da verliert man ganz leicht Übersicht. Also das Switchen von den Zielen, wenn der das automatisch macht, ohne dass man das möchte.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
The design of this equipment.
Das ist doch bestimmt für... Ja. Und schwächer. Durch die Quest haben wir so eine geile...
It's really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Schnell. Das sind extra EP.
No choice. Ready and ready. Mine. I'm not done. It's time to throw station.
Can't be quiet.
Eagle thrust. I'm on a roll, man.
Raging cascade.
Mirage. I'm not done.
Warum? Jetzt mal ganz im Ernst, Leute. Warum greift ihr nie... Obwohl, die greifen jetzt...
This time. Be still. Here I come.
Aua.
I'm out of ammo. Right here.
I'm not done. Start up. Take this.
Looks like you came to my rescue again.
You need to be careful. With the blazing sword and with the thorn.
Shion.
Slash. Rollerblade. Remove.
Astral energy.
Say no more.
That astral energy was incredible.
I gave it everything I had.
Glückskiesel. Oh, den können wir einen besseren Glücksbringer endlich kaufen. Sehe ich das richtig? Beziehungsweise schmieden.
Take this. Eat dirt. Megasonic thrust.
Raging storm.
Are those rocks at skin? Explosive ray.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Ob es auch so einen FP-Trank oder sowas gibt?
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Okay, da geht's runter, also gehen wir erstmal in diese Richtung hier. Gut, gut.
An opponent like this should be easy. I'm not done.
Not on my watch. Glacial spear.
Megasonic thrust.
Freeze laser. Arctic waterfall.
Explosive ray.
Here's a healing arc.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Sword Lane Alpha.
Art expert. I'll heal you all.
Schütz dich nicht. Das bringt dir eh nichts. Du zögerst es nur heraus.
My arcs do have a place in this world.
Sure. There's tons you can do.
Raging storm. It's showtime. Do it. I'm ready to get toasty.
Burn strike.
5003 trotz Widerstand.
Those bombs of yours are amazing.
Who needs a gun when you can send them flying?
Nice, Ananas-Gelee.
This will be a delicious piece of
Flame
cake.
inside me. Be let free. Burn.
Glacial spear.
Watch this. Megasonic thrust. Explosive ray.
Trotz Widerstand zieht es noch so viel ab.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Ah, right.
Freeze lancer.
You're finished. Stardust. Mirage. Vacuum blade.
Kernbrecher.
Be
Now
still.
let's dance.
Shouldn't have messed with me. Mirage.
Can't be
Take this. No escape.
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
You're finished. Do it.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Now! Stardust! Mirage!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
Da, jetzt steht er einfach wieder in der Mitte. Das kann manchmal echt eine Combo ruinieren.
Stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
A comfortable win.
Nur 600 EP. Noch ein Glückskiesel. Oh, 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 Fluchbrecher. Oh ja, da können wir auf jeden Fall einen geilen Glücksreif basteln, dass der ein bisschen effektiver ist, dass man damit auch mal ein bisschen Schaden machen kann. Da geht's auch noch runter. Ja, okay. Aua. Oh, da leuchtet einer.
I have a bad feeling about this. Where are you going?
Warum? Was ist denn jetzt so schwer hier dran?
Rip and tear! Eagle attack! Now I'm in the groove!
One at a time.
Explosive ring! I'm surrounded!
Illuminate the dark. Holy glimmer. Here goes.
Now I can let loose.
Thanks for the healing.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Mirage!
Divine savior.
We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
Die HP geht wieder saumäßig schnell runter. Da sieht man, wie wichtig es ist, ein paar große Zeuge zu erledigen, damit man ein bisschen mehr HP hat. Wie lange will er noch auf dem Boden liegen? Es sind noch 2 von denen übrig?
Mind if I do?
Hä?
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm not done. Be still. My turn. You're mine. Here. Time to let it rip.
Now through all.
Let it... Oh, okay. Ich wollte gerade Let it rip sagen. Okay, dann gehen wir erst auf das Schwein.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am.
Sword Lane Alpha.
More with us.
It's Shadow Devastation. I'll burn it all. Flaming Pillar. Fire.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Ah, das tut gut. Ein roter Salbei. Vor allem, wir werden noch ein paar Mal... Okay. Ist ja jetzt nicht so ein bisschen Galtproblem haben wir ja jetzt erstmal nicht mehr. Wir können uns jederzeit noch neue Orangen-Gelees kaufen, deswegen ist das nicht so schlimm, wenn wir die... Ah, irgendwas... jetzt benutzen. Ja. Hier runter müssen wir jetzt.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny.
Okay, das kann er auch. Was kann er denn alles mit dem Stab? Absolut. Absolut. Für wen ist denn das jetzt? Absolut. Absolut. Oh. Absoluter Schutz für ein absolut gutes Gefühl. Das war die Leitlinie für die Defensivausrüstung mit Kettenpanzer, leichter Rüstung und Panzerung. Absolut. Schön.
Not necessarily.
Ah. Eine Art Shortcut. Die Frage ist, aber da sind, nee, da...
Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Dann würde ich gern auch noch einsammeln eigentlich.
Little help! Lightning orb! Magna ray! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
Explosive ring!
Magna ray! Holy lance!
Aim for the weak spot!
Heaven and earth!
You're mine!
Let me have wailing banshee of lightning!
What's this?
Aua!
You're mine!
Meine Leute greifen schon wieder die ganz anderen an. Hätten sie jetzt alle den erstmal anvisiert. Dann wäre der schon längst tot. Ja, klar. Ne, da setzt ihr aber auch keinen Trank des Lebens ein. Das ist mir zu dumm. Da hätte schon längst einer tot sein können. Aber sterben wir jetzt ernsthaft gegen die?
Better if you don't shut up.
Demons descend! Flashing fang! Easy!
Way to go!
Here I come! Shattering pieces! Burn it out! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
I felt better, that's for sure.
Ach, die haben mich einfach ignoriert. Oh, okay. Was war das denn jetzt?
Now you see what I can do! First
Mind if I do?
Attacke! Ernsthaft jetzt?
Perhaps now it isn't the time?
I really don't.
Ernsthaft jetzt?
Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one.
Already on!
Came during heaven and earth. Healing power! I never miss! A wailing
I'm not done! Start up!
Back into the fray!
Leave the charges to me! I'm not done! The flames see what I can do!
Do it!
Let free!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Not a chance!
Nicely done.
Da ist aber nix, oder? Ne, komm, die müssen wir jetzt nicht nochmal mitnehmen. Aber hat er nicht irgendwas von einem großen Zeugel gesagt? Oder geht das hier noch weiter, tiefer rein? Ah, okay. Aber wait, wollte schon sagen. Aber kein Verkäufer hier. Was soll das denn? Da hinten sind ganz viele Kristalle. Oh oh. Das sieht mal nice aus. Nicer Gegner, vor dem ich ein bisschen Respekt habe.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on.
Let's go!
Ifrit!
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Ich kann nichts anvisieren.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone.
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Ich kann auch nichts angreifen.
Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared.
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogles?
Take care of them while keeping an eye on it!
Wow, 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 wow. Ja, hallo, 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 hallo. Das war ist jetzt auch so random passiert einfach. Okay, jetzt hänge ich hier fest. Guck mal.
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on us.
Yes, ma'am. Keep charging us.
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good. I'll leave it to you. Take this.
Now I'm in the groove.
Wind astral energy!
Explosive ring.
Racing orb! Photon
Flaming thrust.
Dance in the wind!
Mirage.
Sleep
Reverse gate. Strike.
Get you all tucked away.
I'm on it.
Here
You're mine. You're done. Here I come. I don't know
Das ist ein bisschen unübersichtlich. Vor allem, weil das dicke Ding ja auch noch Attacken macht, die man dann nicht kommen sieht so wirklich. Greift doch mal hier an, Leute! Was soll denn das jetzt schon wieder? Das würde wieder, wie gesagt...
The flame inside is yours to be let free. Stardust. Mirage.
Ich suche einfach eine Funktion, die sagt, den angreifen, den ich angreife, aber irgendwie finde ich den nicht.
Consider yourself finished. My turn. Flaming thrust. Mirage. I'm not done. Stardust. Mirage. Ignite.
Achso.
Here I come. Blue escape. You're finished. Take this. Be still.
I'll smash you.
Eternal devastation.
Nothing gets by me.
Be still.
Das steigt gar nicht, dass die Boostanzeige bei dem.
I may have bit off more than I could chew. Let's do it!
Das heißt, man kann einfach nur Schaden machen. Das ist das Beste, was gut gegen den ist.
Die! Consuming wildfire! Lightning! Downfall!
Steht ja immer noch.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Here come more.
We'll just have to keep fighting. The enemy wields arts too.
Hold on, you'll soon see about that! Now!
Okay, das lief gut.
Flashing fang. Easy.
Way to go!
I'm surrounded.
Here I come. Mirage.
Okay, wen greifen meine Leute wieder an? Man erkennt es einfach nicht.
All the love.
Hey, I'm here too, you know.
Wow, wow, wow. Ja, das ist halt... Ich finde das ein bisschen unübersichtlich, ne? Nein.
No, that'd be silly.
Was macht er da? Meine Güte. So eine Unübersicht. Also, da hätten sie sich das mal anders einfallen lassen können. Das ist wirklich dumm gemacht.
Consider yourself finished.
Reinforcements incoming.
Not a problem.
Noch mehr? Okay.
I'll smash you.
Take this.
Where are you going?
Blue escape.
In a bind.
Be still. You picked the wrong fight.
Eagle fly.
Okay, ich sehe nichts. Das ist so dumm. Das ist einfach dumm.
Stay away from my friend.
Also das finde ich nicht gut geregelt. Das ist der erste Kampf, der mir mechanisch keinen Spaß macht. Weil der große Schaden, den man gerne ausweichen möchte, nicht immer sieht. Genau aus diesem Grund. Kann jemand bitte mit angreifen hier? Ja, genau das meine ich. Das ist so dumm. Das ist einfach nur dumm.
I can't lay a finger on you.
I prefer it that way. What about you?
Just watch and see.
Und die fokussen jetzt alle den oder was? Was soll denn das? Anstatt erstmal die kleinen Viecher da platt zu machen.
Try harder. Burn.
Ach ja.
Try harder.
Das ist so.
You'll pay for that. You're mine. Crush.
Das ist wirklich dumm gemacht.
It's over. This is
Man sieht die Faust einfach nicht runterkommen. Das ist so dumm. Oh, und jetzt ist Xiom wieder tot. Aber das, muss ich sagen, gefällt mir nicht. Also bisher hat mir jeder Kampf Spaß gemacht. Klar gab es immer mal so unübersichtlichen Mist. Aber das ist wirklich dumm gemacht. Also mechanisch.
Scarlet Inferno. My turn.
Das hat ja gar nichts abgezogen. Warum werden nicht mal die gleichen Leute an mich?
Nearly done for.
Jetzt wollte ich in den Zirkel rein. Ja. Und ich kann die Kamera auch nicht drehen immer. Mann! Ich wollte die extra nach hinten drehen. Das funktioniert auch nicht.
Now you see what I come on a roll now.
Flaming thrust. Here I come. Mirage.
Talon storm.
Take this. Strike.
Far enough.
Da kommen Attacken runter. Ja, Lore weicht auch nicht aus, aber gut. Vielleicht sieht er es genauso wie ich nicht einfach.
Healing is what my arts do best. All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
No escape.
Wo sind denn die anderen?
Mirage. Mega
This one's mine.
Super swallow dance. Let you all down.
Genau, das ist so dumm. Man fokussiert sich auf den und dann haut er einfach da runter. Was soll man denn da machen?
Not done yet.
Burn in hell.
Okay, das zieht dir nichts ab.
This isn't looking good.
I'm on it.
No escape.
Now, get toasty!
Burn strike.
I'm gonna
It's
need
about
more
to
of that
strike.
medicine. Look sharp, everyone.
Hä?
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender.
Ich verstehe es nicht. Hä?
Won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
Konnte man dem jetzt ausweichen? Musste ich da irgendwas machen? Es wird ihm auch gerade nichts erklärt.
To take on something so big.
I'll handle it. Just watch and learn. That's enough.
Ach so, das sollte so gemacht sein. Okay.
Go back down.
Besiege Ifrit. Okay, gut, er ist besiegt. Das war ein Scheißkampf. Hat mir überhaupt nicht gefallen.
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
Unerbitterliches Lodern. Mann! Okay, warte mal, was gibt's denn hier? Resistenz plus 50. Erweiterte Ausweichentfernung, Einäschungswelle. Ein Hieb vom Flammenschwert, der eine große Feuersäule heraufbeschwert, verursacht Schäden beim Anwender. Okay. Das macht das Flammenschwert auf jeden Fall nochmal einen Ticken stärker. Kommt Verteidigung plus 10. Angriff plus 10. Hier haben wir auch nochmal Angriff. Ist das Flammenschwert Elementarangriff? Durchdringen plus 40 ist. Jetzt sind auch schon die FP wieder weg. Sie hat gar nicht mehr so viel. Was haben wir denn hier? Durchdringen plus 20 kommen. Verteidigung plus 40 ist auch nicht verkehrt. Sprintet und feuert in den Boden. Die gewaltige Explosion schleudert die Gegner in die Luft. Okay. Durchdringen plus 40. Verstärkte Magieaufladung. Durchdringen plus 50. Erhöhter Buschlag. Zyklon. Aber die haut auch eine Magieattacke nach der anderen. Ein fortgeschrittenes Windarte. Ja, nehmen wir. Mit 7000 Punkte. Ja, komm, Verteidigung für schnellere AL. Angriff plus 20, perfekt. Angriff plus 10. Elementarangriff. Okay, perfekt. Dualim. Dämonenlanze. Oh. Durchdringen plus 10. Erhöhte Abwehreffekte. Elementarangriff plus 40. Verteidigung plus 50. Perfekt. Angriff plus 20. Bestienangriff. Ja, sie hat noch kaum Attacken, ne, weil sie auch kaum im Kampf eingesetzt wird von mir. Aber das ist ja Erstmal nicht so schlimm. Geheimer Schlüssel. Der Schlüssel für eine bestimmte Tür in Calaglia. Allein beim Anblick fragt man sich, was hinter der Türschwelle liegt. Eine Tür in Calaglia. Was für eine Tür könnte das denn sein? Ich versuche jetzt gerade mal das ganze Let's Play nochmal Revue passieren zu lassen, aber mir fällt es gerade nicht ein. Aber wieder etwas, wonach wir suchen können.
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?
Wie schön da nochmal extra steht, verstorben. Okay. Einkaufen, Lagerfeuer und... Ach, hier ist das Raumschiff wahrscheinlich. Stimmt. Deswegen sind wir ja hier hingegangen. Wow. Was mir gerade auffällt, der verkauft nicht dieses Kraftmantel-Zeug. Dass jeder immer noch mal andere Sachen verkauft. Interessant. Ja. Warte mal. Jetzt muss ich erst das machen. Oh mein Gott. Wobei die Waffe ja wesentlich geil. Ich mag die. Die sieht irgendwie cool aus. Hat so einen Borderlands-Style. Borderlands-Style. Bauernhofzaun. Hä? Bauernhof mit Schweinchen. Okay, irgendwas geht auf 600 plus 622. Ach. Komm, wir müssen ja nicht immer Geld dafür ausgeben für die Mistviecher. Wir essen sie ja eh am Ende.
Have you guys checked your...
Oh. Das sieht nicht gesund aus. Das sieht überhaupt nicht gesund aus. Aber da hinten ist ja auch ein Lagerplatz.
Alvin?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alvin.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave?
Oh, ist das
We
wieder...
should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
Keine neuen Quests.
It's funny, isn't it?
Das
What
Schweinchen.
is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Shion can finally get rid of her thorns. Shion?
Huh? Yeah.
Wie schlafen die denn? Also so könnte ich ja nie schlafen.
Where? Shion?
Nein, meine Gruppe hat sich
Where'd
aufgelöst.
Shion go?
Keine Schnellreise.
How
Shion!
could she just go off on her own?
So beautiful. Oh, da hinten ist sie. Na, nee, doch nicht.
Shion. Shion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
Kisara.
I believe you, Shion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan.
Das ist schon irgendwie
Then
traurig.
I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
but that's too much. It's way too much. When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shion!
Alvin?
Only living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen! We can fight this! We'll fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
Sehr egoistisch.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys. You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, even a little while longer. I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
No. Ich muss sagen, ich hatte schon Kloß im Hals. Das war schon ein bisschen traurig. Und auch ein bisschen egoistisch. Ja, nö. Wir lassen nicht zu, dass du stirbst. Eher dann die ganze Welt. Oh mein Gott, jetzt nochmal mit allen reden. Oh mein Gott. Leute.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Detektiv Conan.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
Right. Was ich krass finde, ich meine, ich finde es ja nicht schlimm. Wir hatten gerade eben endlose Story und jetzt geht's nochmal hier weiter mit den Gesprächen. Aber auch noch keine neuen Nebenquests.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Ja, macht schon Sinn.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
Lore?
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her, no matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is.
Und wo ist denn Shion? Naja. Wahrscheinlich muss ich erst mit Windmill sprechen, damit ich mit Shion sprechen kann. Oh, das sieht so schön aus.
Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Ja, da ist doch jetzt ein neuer Stern am Horizont.
Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too, to think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Mitglieder, die deine Gruppe verlassen haben, sind zurückgekehrt.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
Yeah! Yeah! Lenegis! Yeah! Aber es sieht immer noch so nice aus. Das ist ein geiler Zeltplatz. Wo man schön mal mit seinen Kumpels schön am boah, das Wasser sieht mega gut aus. Das sieht schon nice aus. Okay, noch können wir uns überall hinporten. Keine neuen Quests. Dann würde ich sagen, machen wir weiter. Ich habe ja auch nichts gegen gut erzählte Geschichten. Aber ich glaube, wir waren jetzt eine halbe Stunde oder so im Dialog. Es ist schon echt lange. Okay, es wurde aber keine Warnung ausgeschildert, dass es jetzt Ende ist oder irgendwie so.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but, well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Fall Knights. Das sind die gefallenen
Okay,
Ritter.
we have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, and let's go.
Let's go. Da. Und nun willkommen zu Star Ocean. Tschu. Noch mehr Gespräche.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Oh nein, nicht schon
Everything
wieder.
okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Nee,
Different.
ey.
Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
Ich hab mich genug umgesehen. Och Mann.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. Helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse. But then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Xion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Dahnan victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Aber ich finde es gerade ein bisschen viel, bin ich ganz ehrlich. Aber das Pacing passt mir gerade nicht. Da sollte zwischendurch noch, ja, weiß ich nicht.
Hey, Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, you know, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
Da haben sich auch zwei gefunden. 10 Jahre später sind die verheiratet. Ich sehe es kommen. Komm, jetzt hätte hier wenigstens auch ein Item sein können. Oder Item.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. That should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
Was
That's
müde.
definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
Mit
I
Windbell?
know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Also ich weiß, was damit bezweckt wird. Man baut so noch mal ein bisschen Bindung zu den Charakteren auf. Aber ist es zu diesem Zeitpunkt noch nötig? Vor allen Dingen, er hat ja gesagt, macht euch mit dem Raumschiff vertraut. Ich hätte es cool gefunden, wenn es dann wenigstens noch eine Gameplay-Mechanik hier mit eingebracht hätte. Aber das war ja jetzt leider nicht der Fall.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He
Wait a
is!
second.
Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelagian.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, We need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
Endlich.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Bitte wenigstens jetzt eine Cinematic. Okay, danke dafür.
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis' infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red
Sieht
woman
cool
is
aus mit
here,
dem Boden.
right? And if we're lucky,
Und
the
dem
red
Licht.
is Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
Ja, wir sind doch eh noch hier. Das ist ein unnötiges
There's only one way to
Gespräch.
find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone.
Das ist so unnötig. Genau deswegen sind wir doch gekommen. Meine Güte.
Beyond...
Oh, ich glaube, das war jetzt 45 Minuten Dialog. Und manche waren echt überflüssig, muss ich ganz ehrlich sagen. Ist das unsere... Achso, so kommen wir wieder zurück. Aber ich höre mir auf jeden Fall jetzt nicht das andere Gespräch an. Auch leider keine neuen Quests. Wir schauen uns jetzt noch mal ein bisschen um. Schnell reisen können wir, das ist gut. Wir können jederzeit zurück. Lenegis. Ganz ehrlich, man hätte den Weg gar nicht brauchen können. Da hätten sie die Sequenz jetzt auch weiterführen können. Ganz ehrlich.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Do?
Gucke ich gerade einen Film oder ist es ein Spiel? Oh,
So
komm,
who's
Leute. Leute.
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
Nicht noch mehr
While
reden.
we're at it, we can ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two.
Okay.
Danans among us should probably keep our heads
Ja.
down.
What if people
Sieht
freak
aber
out?
nice
I
aus.
shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
What are we, dogs?
Es kommt mir auch gerade vor, als wäre es gar nicht mehr Tales of Arise, sondern irgendwie Star Ocean oder irgendwie sowas. Also meine...
Oh, dear me. What an unspeakable mess this has all become. Just look at the state of our city. Even the Zeugles have stopped heeding our commands. Whatever did we do to deserve this?
You really have no clue what might have caused this?
Would that I have. Alas, there was no warning, no prior decree. His Highness must have deemed it unnecessary for us to know. We have no choice but to grin and bear it. But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his lordship, Dohalim of the House Ilkaris? I believed he was on Dana.
Your eyes do not deceive you. It is I, one and the same. I have returned to fulfill a special duty, the details of which I cannot divulge.
As your lordship wishes. First Lenegis mutates beyond recognition, now this unexpected visit. The Sovereign's plans are inscrutable indeed. The Ilkaris house has produced a great many lords over the centuries. I shall be praying for your victory in the latest crown contest.
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Ah, eine Truhe. Aber an sich mag ich die Stadt wirklich. Cool, da kam Wasserarte. Oh mein Gott. Die sind alle so fähig hier. In all meinen Jahren habe ich noch nie derart mächtige Heilung Artes gesehen. Tiefsten Dank für eure Mühen, einer alten Frau wie mir zu helfen. Rezept für Obstparfait. Oh, okay, nice. Göttin der Güte. Oh, keine FP. Ach, ich wollte...
Just how many people have been saved by Shion in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renin.
Your lordship. Oh, what a great honor it is to finally meet you. I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch the title, I returned. I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red. Have you seen anyone of that description?
Dahinter steht sie doch.
All red, eh? No, I can't say I remember anyone like that. I imagine she'd stand out somewhat, too.
Yeah. What about down on Dana during the crown contest? You didn't see anyone like that hanging around the lord you were serving?
What's with all these questions? I've never seen her, okay? Not recently or otherwise. Why do you want to find her anyway?
Never mind. Forget I asked. Sorry to take up your time.
Ach, das Vieh ist erwachsen geworden. Wurde auch mal Zeit.
Is everything okay? You look a little lost.
Oh, yes. I can't seem to find my way home, is all. I was just about to make my umpteenth attempt at a new route.
I was hoping to head this way myself. The situation is a real pain, huh?
I suppose the Sovereign knows best. I daren't stay here too long, though. A lower caste can only linger around these parts for so long before I outstay my welcome. I was hoping to avoid it, but maybe I'll have to go that way after all.
You mean you know another way round?
Lord Dohalim Ilkaris! But how? Last I heard, you were in Dana competing in the crown contest.
Yes, strange, isn't it? If you know another route, we'd be grateful if you could tell us.
But of course. Please forgive me. There's a wall that sprung up ahead of here, with what looks to be an entrance in it. I thought maybe it was a passageway between the different quarters, but I've no way of knowing for sure.
It's worth investigating, at least. I shall go and assess the situation. In the meantime, wait for me here. If it looks safe, I'll come and let you know.
You'd really do that for me? A lord troubling himself for someone of my lowly status?
our lot in life is of little consequence. We are both Renan, first and foremost.
Oh, why yes, my lord. Thank you.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent, which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth, that Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly okay with it all.
Yeah, that one guy even said his Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens here is attributed to the Sovereign's will. It's the way people have been conditioned. Their belief runs deep. Nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of the Sovereign's grand plan.
The Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this person ruling over Lenegis?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from Rena while presiding over both Rena and Lenegis.
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same size as Dana? That's a pretty big dominion for one person to rule over. I would have thought ruling Lenegis alone would be difficult enough.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is. Shion, have you ever been... No, forgive me. Have you met or crossed paths with, or even heard of someone who's actually made a visit to the homeland?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. In which case, I would imagine that... But no, surely not. Can it really be that no citizen of Lenegis has ever been there?
Hold up, what are you getting at, Dohalim?
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld itself. No one but the Sovereign, that is.
But what about trade and communication? There's got to be a flow back and forth, surely.
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single-handedly. It could be a one-way street.
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. If that's the case, can he really rule directly over Lenegis from so far away? What if something were to happen to the city, like now?
I'm beginning to wonder what the nature of this Sovereign even is. Alphen said he was forced into the role, right? Just before the ceremony. But Sovereign is also the title given to the almighty Renan ruler. So which one is it?
Whoever wins the crown contest inherits the throne from his or her predecessor, before becoming ruler over all of Rena and Lenegis. Thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, it would appear that the current ruler has gone silent. As for how Volron factors into all this, at this point, I no longer know what to believe.
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was forced to. Me, a Danon. 300 years later, we cross paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's crest.
Oh, das hat man doch schon
That's not the only
tausendmal.
thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made sovereign for the same reason? Because of that ceremony?
I can't say for sure, but it certainly sounds like it.
But that would mean that 2 sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule, and the other for ceremonial purposes. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganath Haros. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time? Could that be what's causing all this strange activity here?
Wait a second. You don't think Volron and the Red Woman are working together, do you? The ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma. The same one that the Red Woman stole.
There's something else the ceremony needs. A maiden. And unless there's another one out there aside from me...
Questions, questions, and yet more questions. Ones that it seems will remain unanswered, until we can establish the Sovereign's identity.
If the Forbidden Zone really is off-limits to everyone but the Sovereign, that seems as good a place as any to start. For the sake of liberating Dana, too.
Then it's decided. That's where we need to go.
One
War
of
sie
the
von Anfang
citizens
an der
mentioned a
Plan?
passage that she thought might lead to another section of the city. It could point us in the right direction. Let's go find it.
Aber ich muss sagen, es ist gerade ein bisschen too much. Ich mag die Story, es gefällt mir, aber das war jetzt, ich glaube, eine Stunde Dialog, wo ich ja anscheinend, wo ich an sich nichts gegen habe. Ich meine, ich gucke ja auch im Film, der 2 oder 3 Stunden geht. Aber in einem Spiel ist Pacing das A und O. Und ich finde, das passt gerade überhaupt nicht. Och komm, Leute!
And luck.
Habe ich keine Lust drauf, bin ich ganz ehrlich. Du hast gerade angenommen, Questanzeige, ja, machen wir mal. Sprich mit den Leuten, die den Lords unterstützen. Ist eh eine Nebenquest. Das, Leute, ganz ehrlich, ich habe die Schnauze voll von Gesprächen. Ich bin so frei und nehme das mal hier raus.
Yes, yeah.
Balsef had it in him to care about
Das passt
someone other
halt
than
null,
himself?
das passt halt nicht. Das ist einfach
It's
gerade
possible.
drüber.
A change in position can do much.
Ja, ja.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall
Haus Valkyries.
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
Sprich mir, also es geht noch weiter zum Sprechen, okay. Oh, sieht auch wieder sehr gut aus.
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed. The effects of Lenegis' transformation appear to be less pronounced here. Or
Pardon
Boah,
me.
die guckt aber böse. Ja, Mrs. Ist wichtig, okay.
I
Habe ich
guess her
verstanden.
willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right too.
That doesn't make it true.
Ridiculous.
Geradezu abscheulich.
Okay.
Ich überfliege das wirklich nur.
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too.
Quatsch.
Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals.
Nein, sie war
just like
Monster.
the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Und entschuldigt das nicht. Das ist schwachsinnig.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danon doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Shion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
Es wiederholt sich gerade. Ich bereue auch. Ich habe das Gefühl, ich habe alles weggeklickt. Nur das Gespräch jetzt gehört und ich habe das Gefühl, ich habe nichts verpasst. Ich will jetzt auch gar nicht zu sehr drauf rumranten, aber ich finde es gerade ein bisschen unnötig.
What's this thing?
Wenn die das so in der Länge ziehen, hätte man es dann auch schön inszenieren können. Bin ich ganz ehrlich. Das Ding hätte man auch kürzer fassen können mit demselben Inhalt.
There's something I just don't get.
Nicht mehr.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfried Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfried whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegus from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No
Ja,
use
lass
standing
uns doch
around
danach
here chatting about
suchen.
it then.
Meine
Let's get a
Güte.
move on.
Oh. Heilige Waldfee.
Doe?
Faria.
Oh, ja, ich ahne Schlimmes.
Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
Psst.
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Oh. Winwell. Es war ein bisschen gruselig, muss ich ja zugeben.
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Jetzt erklär's bitte nicht. Bitte nicht.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Das sieht auch nice aus. Es ist so viel, ich will mir halt auch gerade echt nicht die Gespräche hier geben, ne? Also die zusätzlichen. Was mich wundert ist, dass, klar, manche haben gesagt, jetzt bist du mit diesen Leuten unterwegs, die haben ja, glaube ich, noch nicht mal Denea gesagt, oder Danea. Aber dass sie das für selbstverständlich nehmen, dass sie überhaupt hier gerade sind. Ich dachte, das ist so gut wie ausgeschlossen. Und Rinwell ist uns auf den Fersen. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Warte, er macht ja alles kaputt. er löscht es und er macht es wieder an. Schön. Da ist ein Gasthaus, okay. Tofu.
What's this thing?
Tofu, 1 von 2, okay. Ich bin auch gerade so matschig im Kopf von den ganzen Gesprächen. Ich kann es gar nicht gerade so ein bisschen für mich einordnen.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, It must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renin oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Ich nehme alles zurück. Ich glaube, ich muss das Video mit,
Do you think he'll be all right?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
So Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Oh Gott, ey. Er beobachtet uns.
Alphen.
Yeah?
I never
Die Gespräche sind so lang, ich habe schon wieder vergessen. Ach ja, genau. Einmal, weil die quasseln jetzt schon wieder die ganze Zeit. Die haben schon, als hätten sie nicht schon genug geredet. Also so langsam wird es auch ein bisschen viel mit dem Koexistieren. Ja, wir haben es mittlerweile verstanden. Renea und Denea sind gleich. Mensch ist Mensch. Kam mittlerweile viel zu oft vor. Und dass sie das jetzt immer noch aufgreifen, ist so ein bisschen, muss nicht sein. Gerade in diesem Kontext hier, wo es so lang ist. Ich denke mir die ganze Zeit, es gibt Leute, die können wirklich nur eine halbe Stunde am Tag spielen. Aber wenn die jetzt in diesem Kapitel sind, dann gucken die quasi 2 Tage lang Filme, wenn sie ein Videospiel spielen wollen. Das ist interessant.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say...
Erst mal gucken, ob ich mich noch porten kann. Ja, kann ich. Okay, das ist gut.
Thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there.
Oh, hier kann man wieder das Schmankerl kaufen. Also 5000 für einen, okay. Okay. Ja. Und dann geht das Geld schon wieder flöten.
If they know you're with...
Oh. Oh. Plus 27 nochmal. 12.400. Dunkle Mähne, okay. Oh, jetzt muss ich ernsthaft... Ach du liebe Güte. Okay, auf jeden Fall für uns. Jetzt muss ich wirklich noch Geld farmen. Das Gute ist, die Items sind ja nicht weg. Man weiß, wo man sie herbekommt. Ein paar Flammensteine. Zorniger Sturmschnabel. Wir müssen gerade ein bisschen an Geld kommen. Ich muss jetzt mein ganzes Hab und Gut hier verkaufen. Ja, die sind leider nichts wert, aber die kann man halt... Okay, Waffen fertigen. Dann... Ja, für ihn da... Es kostet sogar mehr. Es gibt ihnen auch wesentlich mehr Angriff. Okay. Ja, die habe ich jetzt ja eh nicht so im Kampf, also es wäre nicht so wichtig. Ja, sind die beiden wichtig. Dann lassen wir das erstmal so.
They'll likely offer their assistance.
So, wir hatten ja noch irgendwas freigespielt. Was war das nochmal? Käsefondue, schön. War das das? Das sieht aber lecker aus. Es war auf jeden Fall was mit Parfum. Vielleicht war das Obstparfum, ja. Dann wird es das gewesen sein. Wo ist es? Dann kochen wir das jetzt auch mal. Beziehungsweise bereiten es zu. Ne, machen wir hier mit dir. Könnt ihr mir vorstellen, dass jetzt noch ein Kampf kommt, den will ich gerne noch mit euch mitnehmen. Okay.
Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Oh ja, be ready. Und es kommt der Kampf.
So much for them not wanting to fight.
Hold! I am Lord Dohalim of Helga Menencia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No.
Aua, 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 aua. Aua, ich kann mich nicht bewegen.
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Be my guest!
Und die halten aber ganz schön viel aus.
In a bind.
Ist aber auch wieder, weil jeden anderen fokussiert. Leute, wen greift ihr an? Es ist auch so, man sieht es aber auch nicht wirklich, ne?
Now I'm real mad.
Where are you going?
I'm not done! Burn it all! I'll finish you here and now!
Get toasty!
Bird strike.
Ich hätte gedacht, dass jetzt ein Bosskampf kommt, bin ich ganz ehrlich. Einfach wieder weggeschlagen, okay. Oh, oh, oh.
I'm not done! Lightning thrust! This one's all mine!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Raging Cascade!
Ah, da ist noch jemand.
Lightning
Und wir haben schon eine bessere Waffe gekauft.
Raging Storm! More relentless!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Hundemarke aus Platin. Oh, ich glaube, unsere Galtprobleme haben sich erledigt. Wenn ich jetzt... Warte mal. Ja... Och mal... Holy shit! Der war jetzt random. Toll, es ist eh ausgelaufen. Tolle Wurst. Okay, warte mal, dann gehen wir da mal rein und raus. Ich will mal gucken. Kann man hier Geld farmen? Das wäre ja optimal. Weil ich denke, diese Platin-Coin, ich guck mal kurz. Für 2500 eine, ja, warum nicht? Okay, nice. Das ist doch schon mal was. Jetzt wäre noch geil, wenn die noch da sind. Einziger Nachteil ist... Nee, okay, schade. Okay, grüne Hunde. Neue Gegner.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. Far enough. In a bind. Eat this. Here I come.
These ones can run rings around us.
Yes!
I'm just getting started. Easy and snaring to me. Yeah, and the pummeling to me. Glimmer right in front. Take this. Eagle assault. Do it. Demon's descent. Flashing fang.
Endlich mal wieder ein bisschen Action hier.
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
Wen greift ihr wieder an? Okay, da drüben. Aua. Warum brauchen die jetzt so lange? Zack.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Oh, okay, aber ich denke mal, es wird ein normaler Gegner sein, oder? Level 44, okay.
Where are you going?
I'm not done.
Ah, ich habe kein Heal erhalten.
I owe you one. I'll smash you! In a bind? Now I'm in the groove. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes!
Das ist aber ein dickes Ding. Warum ist denn sowas hier? Das ist ja krass. Oh, das hat viel abgezogen. Auch bei dem geht die Leiste nicht hoch, egal wie viele Treffer wir haben. Das war jetzt eine mega lange Combo. Aua.
I'm nearly done for. Come on, a roll now. Sword Blade Alpha. First aid. Stardust. Tear. Hurricane Thrust. Armor won't save you. One's all mine. Stardust. Eat this. Rising Phoenix. Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
I'll heal you all.
Megasonic Thrust. All Phoenix. My turn.
Boah, der hält ja mega viel aus. Das ist krass.
Consider yourself finished.
That took more energy than I
Das war krass.
expected.
Okay, hier sind wieder ein paar Soldaten, immerhin.
I'll
backing down!
I see one, eh?
Eat this! What you through?
Not in your dreams! Back into
Come on!
I'm the true gun now!
For my lord! We're not finished!
Its armor's too strong! Split it open!
Be my guest!
Where are you going?
Shattering pieces!
You're finished!
Armor won't save you! I'm not done! Oh, now I'm real mad!
Oh,
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Rezept für Erdbeerkuchen. Oh. Oh.
Hi, Hoodle!
No fun! Now you'll learn! I won't show you any mercy!
Was? Warum wurde die Combo unterbrochen? Hä? Auch hier wieder unterbrochen. Verstehe gar nicht wieso.
Say no more! Not
It's in the sky, it's mine!
Solo dance!
Do it! Law, get toasty!
Bird strike!
Nice.
With this, I can become even stronger.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Oh, so ein Ding schon wieder. Okay.
Gotta break through! You're mine!
I never miss!
I'm not try harder! Now! You're mine!
I'll finish you here and now!
Time to cross blade!
Will this help?
Ah! Pierce!
Purge malevolence! Healing
Eternal devastation!
Freeze
That hit
Lancer!
Tom!
Dance in the wind! Air
Eat this!
Sword rain out!
between heaven and earth! Here's a wheeling banshee of lightning!
Coming through!
Hä, warum ist jetzt noch ein Fünfertreffer? Wie schnell geht denn plötzlich diese Combo-Reihe weg?
Inferno! Megasonic Rock!
Freeze Lancer!
Hurricane Thrust!
Lunar Radiant Storm! Lunar Blast! Celestial Reverse!
Hä? Was ist denn jetzt mit Rimwell passiert? Auch nicht verstanden.
Oh, you are gonna pay for that!
No more playing
Wir brauchen mehr Schaden. Aua.
Not today!
Healing circle! Seal!
Megasonic Thrust! Try this!
A chain between heaven and earth!
Explosive ring! Is this it?
Ja. Eieieiei.
Time to finish this!
Wie wär's, mich zu heilen?
Die! Consuming wildfire! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Danke.
These fists have got your name on them!
Here, let me help!
Not done yet!
What's this?
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
I'll finish you here and now!
No escape! Eternal devastation!
Healing circle! Ready to go!
Lunar Rondo!
Lunar Blast!
Here I come! You try harder!
Mega Ray!
Take this!
Lightning condemned!
Megasonic Thrust!
Lightning Storm won't save you!
Take this!
Holy glitter!
Oh, now I'm real mad!
This one's all mine!
Holy land!
Dragon!
Between
Escape!
heaven and earth! Glacial spear!
Megasonic Thrust!
I'll
Burn in hell!
Er läuft ja immer noch.
Healing art! First aid!
Die brauchen mega lange. Die brauchen wirklich lange.
There's always room for improvement.
I won't forgive you!
No further. Bring him down. Talon Hurricane.
Banshee of Lightning! Confiscated! How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
Ich wollte eigentlich jetzt gerade gar nicht in den mystischen Modus rein. Bin ich ganz ehrlich, eigentlich wollte ich das Flammenschwert benutzen.
Scarlet Inferno. You're mine. Flaming thrust. Stoop back. Stand back. I'll trip it up. Flaming thrust. Burn in hell. I'm on a roll now. Fire support.
Get toasty!
Bird strike. Now. Be still. Lunarongo. Denied. I'm on it.
Sie hat ihn wieder weggekickt, ey.
You're finished. Prepare to be seized.
So, voll daneben gehauen, okay.
Oh, now I'm real mad.
Sieht ein bisschen aus wie Ruffy vom Weiten. Weil er ein Strohhut hat. Genau deswegen, nur wegen dem Strohhut. Warum?
Looks like we
Halt, warte mal.
got them all.
Erst auch in die Richtung. Schnell!
That's no ordinary.
Viele Monster hier, viele Monster.
Brace yourselves.
Oh.
This one's tough. Not today.
Er hat schon wieder das Flammenschwert nicht eingesetzt.
Flame inside me.
Do it! Neon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
The earth throbs in pain.
Now I'm in a bind. Eagle assault.
Aua!
Here I come. Goodwill. Demons descend. Flashing fang. Not a chance. I'm on. No escape. Talon Hurricane. This. Lunarongo.
Raging Storm! More where that comes from!
Storm. You're on. Here I come. Talon Hurricane. Sword Rain Alpha. Eagle Fly.
Jetzt ist er ausgewichen, ich werde nicht mehr.
Here! Lightning
You're
contempt!
mine. Prepare to be sealed. Take this.
Mega Ray! Annihilation!
Hurricane. Do it. Demons descend. Flashing fang.
Aber das lief jetzt gut, muss ich sagen. Das lief sehr gut.
Well, am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
I
Boah,
had
wie
no
viele
idea
Kristalle.
you were watching me so closely.
Davon können wir eigentlich auch mal ein paar verteilen. Ich weiß nur nie, wen ich das geben soll. Wen ich diese Item-Verbesserungen, das sind ja so dauerhafte Verbesserungen. Ich weiß nie, wen ich das geben soll. Oh, jetzt ist es ausgelaufen. Schade. Wie viele?
No choice.
Far enough! Confiscated!
Smash you! Take down their defenses. Lunarongo!
Die Kamera ist wieder so blöd.
Now I'm real mad. Shut him down.
Falsche Richtung.
I'm just getting started. You're mine.
Sleep now!
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous.
Jetzt hat er den wieder in die Mitte gehauen. Ja, die waren gerade schön beieinander. Ach so. Jetzt hat er, ich habe in dem Moment, wo er die mystische Art eingesetzt hat, die Fähigkeit von Doalim eingesetzt, damit die nicht immer wegspringen können. Das wird jetzt einfach nicht gewertet, aber Dualins Fähigkeit ist weg. Was soll das denn jetzt? Oh, Lord ist tot. Geil. Danke, Lord. Danke für deine wunderbare Hilfe. Oh. Ja, okay, da kommt man nicht raus. Doch, okay. Warum steht er jetzt da hinten? Ich verstehe es nicht. Das macht auch immer die Kombo kaputt, meiner Meinung nach.
We're still standing. Barely.
Oh nice, die geben sogar Traumengilets. Das ist sehr nice. Und oh, endlich 21.000 Geld. Oh, perfekt. Ich speichere mal ab. Wir haben 2 Level in der Zeit jetzt gemacht. Das ist krass. Okay. Porten können wir uns immer noch. Gut. Shions Fluch, die Dorn benennt nach ihm.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Oh.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
What is happening?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for. Let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
In was für, worein sprechen die gerade?
Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris.
Alter.
Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds, but neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
Ja.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Okay, jetzt kommt noch ein Bosskampf. Ich habe es doch gehofft. Den nehmen wir natürlich noch mit. Können wir uns noch teleportieren? Ich gucke da immer extra drauf, falls ich nämlich zu schwach bin, dass man noch ein bisschen leveln oder farmen kann. Aber das geht anscheinend. Weil sonst will ich nämlich auf einen anderen Speicherpunkt speichern. Okay, jetzt wird's interessant. HP der Gruppe wiederhergestellt.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
Oh. Bahamut? Fast ein Boah, okay, krass.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
Gepeinigte Glieder, okay.
I've never known Faria to control Zoogles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master core?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zoogles, then we get commanded.
Hit him where? Earth smoke! Explosive ring! Eagle assault!
Boah, der hat sehr viele Leben.
I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara!
Okay, der hört nicht auf zu schlagen. Okay. Aua. What? Lo hatte doch volle Leben. Was ist da jetzt schon wieder passiert? Oh, okay, nice. Okay, die Hälfte ist schon mal runter. Oh, diese Flammensäule. Herrlich. Ich liebe Rinwell. Die hat's drauf. Aua. Wow. Oh, Hilfe. Oh, Rinwell, ich hab dich gerade noch gelobt. Oh. Rinwell ist schon wieder tot? Oh, wer hat jetzt ein Item benutzt? Das kann doch nicht wahr sein. Das war stark. Fuck. Das war dumm. Das war jetzt dumm von mir gemacht. Ach, fuck. Oh Gott. Finde ich ein bisschen hart, dass ein Schlag teilweise zum Tod führt. Wo bleibt der Heal? Okay, der Kernbrecher kam jetzt gut.
This should do it!
I'm on! A whirling struggle! Out of ammo! Winds of heaven!
Be still! Try harder!
Healing circle! Hurricane!
Oh.
Not now, not ever. The flame inside me yearns to be lit.
Ja. Oh Mann.
You all down.
Be still! Start up! Try harder! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Resuscitation! Here's the healing art!
Burn it down! Megasonic thrust!
Holy glimmer!
Hui.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Was eine Geburt.
Now it's just her! Faria, can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
Oh Mann.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Der Schlag sah aber irgendwie nicht fester aus.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You? Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnagan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnagan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to
Warum muss
solve.
Rimmel immer was
The
sagen?
Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Huh?
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most
Wäre geil,
grateful.
wenn hier eine Schnellreisefunktion
We're
wäre.
on the same team, right?
Würde ich
Let's move
dankend
on.
annehmen. Ach, jetzt geht schon wieder los. Ach Mann, ey.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
Oh, kann ich jetzt keinen einzigen Schritt mal machen? Ey, das ist unglaublich. Oh, ist das animiert? Ich sage nichts mehr. Entschuldigung. Ah, nee, doch nicht. Sah ganz kurz aus wie eine Cinematic.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
Resonant. Oh, die Dornen. Die Dornen des Ursprungs. Warte mal. Cthulhu? 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 Resonant. Das hatte jetzt gerade kurz was von Resident Evil. Oh. Ich check gerade gar nichts mehr. Ich check nur soweit. Ritual nicht gut. Ritual überhaupt nicht gut.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Das wollte ich gerade sagen. Kann man sich auch sparen hier, das Ganze.
Let's keep moving.
Ja.
If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns.
Okay, das ist so die ein... Okay. Jetzt ist es soweit. Zeit, die Wahrheit über Shions Dorn und meine Vergangenheit zu erfahren. Ich muss für alles bereit sein, was auch geschehen mag.
Whatever happens. I just need a little time first.
Okay, das machen wir in einer anderen Folge, weil ich kann mir vorstellen, dass danach nochmal ein bisschen was kommt. Was ich schade finde, ist, dass es hier keine Schnellreisefunktion gibt. Also, das hätten sie ja wirklich schon noch einbauen können. Bevor die Folge jetzt zu lange wird. Und ich muss auch sagen, ich habe gerade erstmal genug. Das erste Mal, dass ich von Tales of Arise genug habe. Und ich glaube, ich weiß auch, woran das liegt. Denn das Pacing ist hier nämlich sehr schlecht gemacht. Einen Moment. Denn ich kann auch sagen, woran es liegt. Sobald wir jetzt hier... Ja, bevor ich hier wieder zugelabert werde. Warte mal, Startbildschirm ist nicht so schön.
We made it here in one piece.
Und zwar, ich glaube, es liegt einfach daran, dass alles gerade so gefühlt in die letzten 8 Stunden gepresst wird. Also es wird sich richtig ausführlich Zeit genommen. In einem guten Pacing mit Abwechslung von Geschichte, Story, Kampf, Geschehen. Und ich rede jetzt nicht von den Kämpfen, also nicht nur das Mischen von Kämpfen und Geschichte, sondern auch das Erzählen der Geschichte. Es war ein bisschen ausgedehnter, aber dafür vielfältiger. Das war bei dem ersten Lord, beim zweiten Lord, beim dritten und vierten. Und jetzt, wo wir hier gelandet sind, kommt alles gefühlt einmal zusammen, weil man sich vielleicht nicht die Zeit nehmen wollte, nicht konnte. Wird alles jetzt nochmal in einen Batzen, in so einen Ball gesteckt, der in so einen Luftballon, der immer größer wird und langsam nicht mehr kann, an seine Kapazitäten gerät. Weil die so viel Story jetzt in die letzten gefühlten Stunden hier packen. Ich kann mir vorstellen, also seit wir den Lord Walren besiegt haben, sind ungefähr 8-9 Stunden vergangen. Oder sagen wir 5, 6. Hauptstory. Ich rede jetzt nicht nur von den Nebenmissionen, das war ja dann ein bisschen mehr. Und ja, das fühlt sich alles zu aufgedrückt gerade an. Also das hätte man dann auch nochmal ausweiten können. Gerade nochmal die Thematik hier um Lenegis hätte man dann auch größer gestalten können, weil diese Welt bietet ja so viel. Also ich finde die Welt interessant. Aber das gerade fühlt sich so erdrückend ein bisschen an. Nicht, weil die Geschichte so traurig schwer wiegt, sondern weil es gerade ein so aufgedrückt wird. Finde ich ein bisschen schade, weil sich so viel Zeit in dem Spiel die ganze Zeit genommen worden ist, Charaktere auszuerzählen in einem gesunden Maß. Vielleicht empfinde ich das auch gerade nur so. Ihr könnt mir ja gerne mal in die Kommentare schreiben, wie ihr das seht. Ansonsten gefällt mir das Spiel wie zuvor immer noch sehr, sehr gut. Das heißt jetzt nicht nur, weil ich hier so gerade ein bisschen am Rummeckern war, dass ich es blöd fand. Im Gegenteil. Ich habe sehr viel Spaß hiermit und ich würde sagen, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, lasst doch gerne ein Like da. Wir sehen uns dann hoffentlich in der nächsten Folge. Ich weiß nicht, ob es die letzte wird. Ich kann das Spiel nicht einschätzen. Ich kann mich auch irren, dass hiernach auch nochmal was kommt. Aber das fühlt sich gerade wie das Ende an, weil gerade auch diese Frage kam. Deswegen macht's gut und auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss.